All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chinedu Hadwalike. Oh my God, I'm live. Okay. For those watching, I'm just trying to say something. At one point, I felt like politicians and everyone saying they are empowering people in this country. I just feel they are cheating on us. Most times I feel they're trying to help us. They kind of help your uncle, your elder brother, someone around tries to give you to support what you're doing. But for me, I feel empowerment, one of the things you use to empower people should be passion. I mean, you should make them love something, and if they should love that particular thing, it takes them to that level where they can take care of themselves. They can actually understand that they are supposed to do this thing for themselves, and not letting them be at the level where they will depend on you, believing that you will do everything for them, and then you actually come to do just a little for them, and at the end of the day still end up depending on you for more. That's putting people in a place where they just want them to help. Okay, let me not waste our time. Let's just go to how I feel empowerment should be. When you look at the country, look at the education system, you just realize that the only thing we have in the system is just books. People go to school to read, and after school by 2 p.m., they still go back to school for evening classes to read again. And by weekend, some go back for weekend lessons to read again. And for us Christians, this is just a joke. On Sunday, we go for Sunday school, another school. So it's too much. I think it's too much. Now, what if we have other interesting things enshrined in our school curriculum? What if in primary school and in secondary school, instead of teaching business history, we actually teaching business history in the name of business studies, we actually have people learning how to start up a business, how to create ideas, how to do this, how to do that. Teach people practical business skills, what they can learn, what they can do to, you know, have something working out for them, instead of telling them how Lord Lugard did business with bossy people. I mean, who that one help? It doesn't help anyone. And let's look at other extracurricular activities in school like sports, uh, and the likes of it. Let's look at sports, for instance. What if most of our schools we take sports seriously? We take table tennis seriously, lawn tennis, cricket. Just put football aside. All these other sports we take them seriously, and there are competitions for school children in primary school and secondary school to compete. What we ended up doing is to create kids with passion for these sports. People who really want to play football because they believe they are that good, not just people who want to play football because they are broke. Two different things. You can love football, but you are playing it because footballers will be rich. But you can love football and you're playing it because this is your life, is your life. Without this thing, nothing for you. So that's a different one. And this cannot happen if we don't have a government that takes things like sports seriously. And I'm using football for example, but it's not just about football. Look at sports like lawn tennis. I can't even play the game. I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. Imagine that. And most times it's seen as rich people's sports, and only rich kids have that opportunity to play games like lawn tennis. You have cricket. Most of us haven't even seen where they are being played. Rugby, all those games. Handball. I used to play handball in secondary school, but no one took it seriously. Now, do we have millionaires as handball players? Yes. Do we have table tennis, lawn tennis, basketballers who are millionaires? Do you have cricket players who are millionaires? Yes. Now, you see what it is. Now, people can actually be useful in various ways, and not everybody looking at government house, and not everybody looking at civil service, and not everybody looking at crude oil. But we need to invest. Now, if we can succeed in empowering children with passion for something, those who love music at that tender age, you can actually have music competition, a cappella, you have rap battle for kids. You now see yourself grooming people who actually have passion for these things, and not just people broke, who are broke and really want to do all these things. So what I'm saying is, if we can have, I know this is Nigeria where people don't take things too seriously, but what if we have sports centers in every local government of this country, sports centers that can that can accommodate up to, let me say, 20 sports in every local government of this country. Now, any local government when on one day serious, may they no build their own. Eh? If na bags of rice they want, buy bags of rice for them. But for people that will take this thing seriously, these facilities should be built. These facilities should be built for them. This is what I'm saying. If we can have these facilities built for all these people, now you can actually come to a local government. You have a lawn tennis competition for under 17. When you have under 17 lawn tennis competition, and even if the prize is to be won is 100K, even if the price to be won is 100,000, do you know what it means? 17-year-old people who can play lawn tennis are actually off the streets. Most of them who will spend the bulk of their time in betting houses are not there. They are training, they are trying to be useful. And what if we groom these kids? What if in 5 years' time you see a Nigerian in US Open? What if in 5 years' time you see our cricket team playing in the top competitions around the world? What if our basketballers get better than they are? What if we just get better in everything? What if we have better musicians because there are platforms for them to actually do what they are supposed to do? Now, this is what I'm talking about. In this case, we are not empowering people with money. Money finishes, but passion never ends. So what I'm saying is, if we can hold people we are calling our leaders, people who will be electing in the forthcoming general election, if we can hold them and make them understand, okay, this old system is no longer helping. We can actually do these things differently. I think here will be better. If we come down to secondary school, if we come down to primary schools, if we come down to the university and invest in things like you have time, you teach leadership, you have time, you teach business, you teach skills, so that people don't just come out from school with nothing. You just want to be book smart. Some people are book smart. The only thing they want is they are looking for a job and office where they will just sit down and get busy, nothing more. But if we can have people who really have something in their head, have passion for other things that will make a difference in our economy and in our country, you know what it means. If we have a strong, if we have strong lawn tennis competitions, if we have strong football competitions for kids, you could see our real under 17. I mean, real under 17. Not all those my mates that are playing under 17. The real one, actually have the real ones competing for us. We can actually have about 30 to 40% of under 17 team that are successful graduating to the national team. All those things can happen, but it can only happen if you start giving them little by little because they don't have choice. Let us invest, and use certain computer applications. My problem is, what are they being taught in school? Mechanic, and then an accountant, a business administration, business. Yeah, let me say yes, an administrator graduates from university and comes out. Someone is telling you you need to take 1 year professional course before you can be certified for something. Now, my issue is those things they teach as professional courses that you don't even do any special thing. It's just attend lectures, read handouts, and all those. Can't we learn them in school? For 4 good years, someone is wasting time studying something that at the end of the day, when you come out, you are not even special. You are just still ordinary. Can't we make our school system that's special. All those things we will learn in NIM, blah blah blah. I'm sorry to use NIM, but all of them, all those things we do there. What if we bring them into our school curriculum, and then a graduate looks special? What if what's their name? NUC that will make sure the lab for what's it called? That will make sure every school that is offering medicine has a teaching hospital and others. What if they insist that any school that is offering mechanical engineering, computer engineering, all these practical courses, they have functioning laboratories, functioning workshops where people are actually doing practical things? What if they ensure, they even put lecturers to test and know that a lecturer teaching a certain programming language can actually do what he's teaching and not just theory. I think, man, we should just drive off this theoretical level in this country and move to the practical level. If we can do that, man, whoever you're voting, please, we all should tell them this is what we want. You're empowering my dad with something. Come on, remember the kids. They are our future. You don't just leave them frustrated till they get to the level where we are at the moment, so that the people who will be our leaders then will start helping us. So I want to say a very big thank you to anyone watching this. God bless you. You can also share, man. If you love what I've said, share. I'm still Chineke Hadinwa, aka Hadinwa. I love you. God bless us so much.